today's recipe is going to be a requested recipe, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's the first time I'm actually making it. Someone described the dish for me, and I'm going to give you guys my version of this. So here in the skillet, I already put up some oil to heat up on medium heat. To the oil, I'm going to add some onions. And if you guys wanted to watch my pastel video and follow along how I did that recipe, you can do the mixture for that same recipe for this also. I'm just doing this one a little bit different from that one. So you want to saute the onions just until they start to turn translucent. To the onions, I'm going to add in chopped garlic and chopped pimento. Mix this in. Now you don't want the garlic to burn, you just want it to saute until it starts to turn a golden color. Now add in some scallions, or as we call it in Trinidad, we call scallions sipe. And I have here some dried fine thyme. If you have fresh fine thyme, you can use that. If you're using the dried one, you're going to be using half the amount because it's much more potent than the fresh. Okay, now you're going to add in that minced meat, and you can use any type of minced meat of your choice. Just break that into the pan. Now guys, you just want to break up your meat as fine as possible, and you want to allow it to get a golden brown color. So you want it to char really well, and because you char the meat, it's going to have much more flavor than if you just steam it. Okay, to the minced meat, I'm going to add in some green seasoning, and you will find a recipe link for this down below in the description box. And I'm also going to add in some Worcestershire sauce. And if you didn't want to add the Worcestershire sauce, you don't have to, but it really enhances the flavor of the meat, especially if you're using minced beef. Now I'm going to season this with salt, just a little bit, because the other ingredients contain salt, and some black pepper. We'll taste and adjust when we're finished cooking it. Okay, now I'm going to add in some tomato paste and tomato ketchup. You just want to cook this through for about 1 to 2 minutes. In goes some chopped olives, some chopped capers, and you can chop your raisins or you can leave them whole, it doesn't matter, and mix this in. Just allow this to cook for about 1 to 2 more minutes. Then you'll taste it, adjust salt accordingly, and then just set this aside and let it cool down. Okay, so to finish the pastel, we need to create the dough, and here I have promasa corn flour. You can use the yellow or white corn flour if you want. You'll need some cheese, and guys, if you didn't want to put cheese in this recipe, that's totally optional. As I said, this is my first time making it and I'm experimenting. You'll need some butter, some paprika, or you can also put cayenne pepper if you wanted to make it spicy, 1 package of Sazon goya, some salt to taste, and some lukewarm water to bring everything together. So I'm going to start by putting in my package of Sazon goya in here. I'm going to season this with a little bit of salt. If you wanted to put some black pepper, you can. Remember, the cheese, depending on what type of cheese you're using, it can be salty, so taste the cheese ahead of time, and if it's not salty, you can add more salt. I'm going to add the paprika. Just give this a mix. Now to this, I'm going to add in the cheese, And you will need additional cheese to top this. I'm just putting in this amount first. So mix this in. I'm also gonna add in some butter. I think I'll need some more butter, so I'll get that. So I'm adding in some extra butter because as we're baking this and not steaming or boiling, it's gonna get dry. So you want to make sure and keep your dough moist. Now add in enough lukewarm water to bring this together to form a soft dough. I'll tell you guys how much water I use when I'm done and once it comes together. Okay, once your dough comes together and it's soft like this, but it's still holding together, that's when you know you have enough liquid. And I actually used 3 cups of lukewarm water in here. Now I'm going to place half of my dough into a greased baking dish. Take your fingers and just, you want to spread that out on the bottom of your baking dish. Now you're going to put all of your meat mixture in here. Now if you guys wanted to make individual pies out of these, you can. And you can also freeze them. It freezes really well, just like a pastel. You'll just want to make sure and put it in a freezer-proof container. So if you guys wanted to use this dough to make pastels instead of the other one that's plain, you can. Now I'm going to put the rest of the mixture, the dough mixture, on the top. Now you want to press this out. Okay, next you're going to cover this with cheese and any cheese that you would like. Okay, so the pie just came out of the oven. It's very, very hot at this point. You want to allow it to cool down before you go ahead and cut into it. If you were to cut into it while it's hot, it's just gonna fall apart. So guys, here you have it, my recipe for pastelle pie. I hope you guys enjoyed today's recipe. If you did, remember to hit the thumbs up button and to share this video with your friends. If you're new to my channel, I hope you subscribe. Hit that bell next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all another day with another one of my recipes. Enjoy!